I welcome you all for my today's class. So in our previous class we have covered about the Artava Dushti, its types, its Nidanas and its Lakshanas. So continuation of that topic. Yes, so we have seen Artava Dushti, Lakshanas already we have covered. Then coming to the continuation of the topic. After the Lakshanas, they have mentioned the Upadravas of Artava Dushti. Ashta Artava Dushti Upadravas, the complications of Ashta Artava Dushti. The Artava vitiated by the doshas have the absence of bija. They have mentioned that it is bija rahit. That means it is abijatvam. Abijatvam means it is without the bija or without the seed. Here the seed is ovam. So if the woman is suffering from Artava Dushti, she will become abijatvam. Means she is having no bija or absence of bija, she is without ovum or anovulatory cycles will be there, and because of abijatvam what happens, she is unable to conceive. So in the Charaka Sushruta's quotation he has mentioned that praja utpadane na samartham bhavati. Praja utpadana means to reproduce, na samartham means she is unable to reproduce. That means she will become infertile. Infertile means she is unable to conceive, she is unable to reproduce. So because of these Artava Dushti, what happens, there is absence of bija or woman is abijatvam, that is she is without ovum or anovulatory cycles or anovulation occurs, and because of the anovulation she is unable to conceive, that is she remains infertile. Thus the treatment of Ashta Artava Dushti is very essential to conceive. So the woman, if she wants to conceive, if she is suffering from the Artava Dushti, then first of all her treatment should be given. So after giving treatment, the bija will become the bijatvam, or that means the bijatvam will be there, the cycles become ovulatory or ovulation occurs, and when the ovulation occurs then the chances of conception will be there. So the complication of Ashta Artava Dushti is abijatvam and praja utpadane na samartham bhavati, that is because of anovulation without bija, the woman becomes without bija and she is unable to conceive and she remains infertile. Okay, so next about the Ashta Artava Dushti ki sadhya sadhyata, prognosis of Ashta Artava Dushti or the 8 menstrual disorders. The quotation of Sushruta goes like this: Teshu kunapa granthi puti puya sheena mutra purisha prakasham asadhyam sadhyam anya cheti. So according to Sushruta, he says that Sushruta says that the kunapa gandhi granthi bhuta puti puya sheena and the mutra purisha gandhi Artava Dushtis are considered as asadhya or incurable, and others caused by one particular dosha, that is ekadoshaja Artava Dushti, that is vataja pittaja kafaja Artava Dushti, are considered as sadhya. And further the commentator, that is the Dalhana, he says that Shukra Artava dosha yapya na bhavanti vadhi swabhavat. He says that either the disorders caused by Shukra and Shonita, either they are sadhya or asadhya, but there is no chance of yapya. That is the disorders of Shukra and Artava are not yapya, tendency of reoccurrence due to their specific nature. Because of their swabhava, they cannot be considered as yapya, is the opinion of the commentator Dalhana. So but coming to the other author's view, Ashtang Sangrakara, he says Mutra Purisha Shukra Artavam Tva Sadhyam Kunapa Granthi Puya Artavam Va. So Ashtang Vagbhata 1 or Ashtang Sangrakara, he says that he has accepted Sushruta's view further, but he says that the Sheena Artava Dushti is considered as curable or it is considered as sadhya. Coming to the Ashtang Hridayakara or Vagbhata second view, Krichrena Anyam Ta Sadhyam Tu Tridosham Mutravid Prabham. Vagbhata second says that only the Mutra Purisha Gandhi Artava Dushti is considered as asadhya, all others are considered as krichra sadhya. Krichra sadhya means they are curable with difficulty. And then Harita's view is always different. Here also he says different. He says he has given certain symptoms. So if the woman is suffering from those symptoms along with the Artava Dushti, then it is considered as asadhya. Harita says that the woman suffering from fever, if the woman is suffering from fever or jwara, having the frequent menstruation, means the cycle is coming very early, the frequent menstruations, and the constant bleeding or satata raktasrava, then such a woman is considered as asadhya. Along with artava dushti, if she is having fever and having frequent cycles, means short cycles, if cycles are coming too early, there should be a gap of 28 days between the cycles, but if it is coming too early, then those are considered as frequent menstruations. And the constant bleeding is continuously, satata bleeding is there, then such a woman is considered as asadhya. So these are about the sadhya sadhyata of artava dushti. Next, about the general comments about the ashta artava dushti or the 8 menstrual disorders. Here the correlation is given. Correlation, the basis of description of all these disorders of artava is in the variation of the color and the smell of discharged blood. The color and smell of menstrual blood is influenced greatly by the individual variations. See, if the two women is suffering, but what happens there, symptoms varies, so that is called as the individual variations will also be there. So because of the individual variations, the different colors of the artava dushti might have explained. So if you want to correlate, I have told you exactly, we cannot give an exact correlation of Ayurveda with the modern, but we can try to correlate depending on certain common symptoms or certain common points. We can try to correlate these things. So if you want to correlate these ashta artava dushti, we can correlate with the modern gynecological disorders as follows. Vataja artava dushti can be correlated with the oligomenorrhea, with dysmenorrhea caused by the nutritional deficiency. Dysmenorrhea is the painful menstruation. If a woman or the lady gets pain during the cycles or during her menstrual period, then that is considered as dysmenorrhea. And oligomenorrhea is the cycles which are more than 35 days apart. That means she is not getting the monthly cycles, but her cycles are coming late. So late means more than 35 days apart. So such cycles are called as considered as oligomenorrhea. And because of nutritional deficiency, that means she is here weak. She is weak. Her nutritional status is very low. She is not having the proper nutrition. So such a condition can be correlated with the Vataja artava dushti. Next is about the Pittaja artava dushti. Pitta, here see, Pitta lakshanas are like usha, chusha, etc. things, burning sensation and all. So these can be seen in the inflammatory conditions. Inflammation means when there is swelling, when there is pain, and when the burning sensation will be there. All these are considered as inflammatory conditions. So Pittaja artava dushti can be correlated with the inflammatory conditions of the reproductive organs due to the infections, specifically the chronic pelvic cellulitis associated with the oligomenorrhea again. So chronic, it's not acute infections, but you can correlate this with the chronic infections associated with the oligomenorrhea of the reproductive system. Kafaja artava dushti, here the discharges are mixed with whitish colored discharges, and pandutvam and all will be there. So here, if depending on the white discharge and all, usually you will find the white discharge in cases of the itis condition of the cervix or the endometrium. That means endometritis, inflammation of the endometrium, which is chronic, endocervicitis or cervicitis, and along with associated with the oligomenorrhea. Here again the bleeding is not heavy, oligomenorrhea. Then next is about the Kunapa Gandhi or Raktaja artava dushti. Here the dead body type of smell will be there, and here bleeding is excess. Analpam, I have explained already. Analpam is the bleeding is heavy here. So we cannot correlate this with oligomenorrhea or hypomenorrhea because here the heavy bleeding will be there. So this can be correlated depending on the smell. It's a dead body smell is seen in the necrosis of the tissue. So this condition can be correlated with the early stage of the endometrial carcinoma. So in the endometrial carcinoma, especially in the early stage, the necrosis of the endometrium will be there. Necrosis means the tissue death because of the lack of oxygen supply. So whenever the tissue death occurs, the smell of the dead body will be there. So necrosed tissue will have the same smell as that of the dead body. Kunapa Gandhi or Shava Gandhi will be there. So here this can be correlated with the early stage of the endometrial carcinoma. Next, about the Granthi Bhuta artava dushti, here clotted appearance of the blood will come. So this can be correlated with the malignant disorders of the reproductive system, especially the cervical carcinoma can be correlated. Exact correlation is not at all possible, but we can correlate this with the cervical carcinoma. Okay. Because here this considered as asadhya, incurable. So because Sushruta has considered these conditions as incurable, that's why we are trying to correlate with incurable conditions in the modern, like carcinomas and all. Then Puti Puya artava dushti, here it can be correlated with the Puti Puya, the pasi type of discharges, acute infection of the reproductive system, especially the acute endometritis leading to the pyometra. Pyometra, as I have already explained, pyometra. See, pyom is the pus, metrum is the in the metrum or in the cavity, here in the uterus, in the uterine cavity, the collection of the pus in the uterine cavity is called as pyometra. Collection of the pus in the uterine cavity is called as pyometra. Next, about the Sheena Artava Dushti. Here the blood is less. Sheena Artava Dushti it can be correlated with the hypoestrogenic oligomenorrhea caused by nutritional deficiency. Here the reason is again the nutritional deficiency, but cause is hypoestrogenic oligomenorrhea. That means the estrogen is a hormone. Here the level of estrogen hormone is reduced, and because of the reduced level of estrogen hormone, there is oligomenorrhea. Okay, the reason is hypoestrogen because of the nutritional deficiency. Next and the last 8th type is the Mutra Purusha Gandhi Artava Dushti. This can be correlated with the cervical carcinoma, especially the 3rd or the 4th stage, because here the smell is just like that of the Mutra Purusha, feces and the urine. So this can, and again it is the asadhya one, it is not curable, incurable, so it can be considered with the cancer again, or especially the 3rd and 4th stage of the cancer. So these are about the nearby correlations of the Ayurvedic version with the modern gynecological disorders. Now coming to the Artavadushti Chikitsa, treatment of Artavadushti. The Chikitsa of Artavadushti is divided into following points. First, the Chikitsa Siddhant or the Chikitsa Sutra will be there. The line of treatment or principles of treatment has been explained. Then next comes the Vishishta Chikitsa. Vishishta Chikitsa means Chikitsa of each type, like Vataja Artavadushti Chikitsa, Pittaja Artavadushti Chikitsa, Kafaja, Granthi Bhuta, like that. 8 types of Artavadushti Chikitsa is mentioned. Then comes the Artavadushti ki Samanya Chikitsa, that is a general treatment of all menstrual disorders. In that again it is divided into the oral medications, Abhyantara Prayukta Aushadhis and Bahya Prayukta Aushadhis. And in the last we will go through about the Pathya of the used in the Artavadushti. That is the Artavadushti mein Pathya, that is the beneficial diet. So Pathya is also a part of our treatment in Ayurveda. We suggest patient what to be taken and what not to be taken. The Pathya and Pathya things, which is good or beneficial in that disease and which is not at all beneficial. What things she should take and what are the things she should avoid. So these are considered as Pathya, okay, which is one of the part of our treatment as per our Ayurveda. So coming to first the Samanya Chikitsa, or you can say Samanya Chikitsa Siddhant, the line of treatment first. The line of treatment of Artavadushti. Chikitsa Siddhant. So the quotation of Chikitsa Siddhanta. See, you have to by heart the quotations of the Chikitsa Siddhanta or line of treatment. Chikitsa Sutras are very, very important. Try to by heart the quotations of all these Chikitsa Siddhantas, and the Lakshanas quotations are important. Try to by heart the quotations. So the quotation as per Sushruta goes like this. This is the Chikitsa Sutra of the Artavadushti. It's very important. Try to by heart this quotation. Vidhivat Uttarabasthiyantam. I'll read this. Vidhim Uttarabasthiyantam. Kuryat Artavam Shuddhayet. Strinam Snehadi Yuktanam. Chatasrishvartavartishu. Kuryat Kalkan. Pichuschapi. Pathyanachamanani cha. शुक्रदोषहरणां च यथा सोम अवचरणं योगानां दोषानां पाठभेदे शुद्धीकरणं शेषं स्वाप्यार्थवार्तिषु. So this is mentioned by Sushruta in the Sharirasthana. This quotation is the line of treatment of the Artavadushtis. Further, the Dalhan commentator elaborates the things, and one by one I'll say according to Kashyapa and all I'll say. So first, according to Sushruta, so in the quotation he says Vidhim Uttarabasthiyantam. Here the meaning of Vidhim Uttarabasthiyantam, the Dalhana elaborates this quotation. He says that Uttarabasti avasanam tatra yatha dosham vamanadi Uttaravastim punah sarveshvevam chatusrishvapi वातादि श्लेष्म शोणित कृतासु गायितु चतुश्रिष्वापि चतुर्थी शोणित प्रकृति भूतम विसृगंधि शोणित आर्तवार्ति मन्यते तस्य साध्यत्वम. So here first of all what he has said is vidhivat means vidhi prakar se, that means as per the schedule you have to go for the panchakarmas. So for the cleansing of artava or relief from these disorders, first of all we have to give the patient Panchakarma. So for giving Panchakarmas, first of all we have to go for the Purva Karmas. Purva Karmas are Snehana and Swedana, oleation and sudation. So first you have to give oleation and sudation, Snehana, Swedana, then followed by the Panchakarmas. Panchakarmas, as you know, Vamana, Virechana, Vasti, Nasya, etc. So Panchakarmas is to be given, and it should end up Vidhivam Uttaravasti Antam. Antam means you should end up with the Uttaravasti. So first of all you give Snehana Swedana, then followed by Panchakarma. All 5 cleansing measures should be used. Then after that, after giving the Panchakarmas, in the last you have to give the Uttaravasti. After this Uttaravasti, that is the uterine or vaginal installations, should be given repeatedly. So Uttaravasti is to be given repeatedly. So this is the main thing. First of all they have mentioned to give Panchakarma, then for giving Panchakarma, first we have to give the Snehana Swedana as the Purva Karmas of Panchakarma, followed by the Panchakarma. Then after giving Panchakarma, in the last you have to give the Uttaravasti repeatedly. So this is mentioned by the Sushruta. And further, the next point, he has mentioned that to the woman suffering from Ekadoshaja Artavadushti, that is for Vataja, Pitaja, Kafaja, Raktaja Artavadushti, after the use of oleation etc. measures, the Sthanika Chikitsa is also mentioned. The second line he has mentioned, no? Strinam Snehadi Yuktanam Chatasrush Vartavartishu, means for Chatasrumi, for these 4 disorders caused by the doshas, Vata, Pitta, Kapha, Rakta. Rakta is also considered as dosha as per Sushruta. So he has mentioned for 4 types of Ekadoshaja Artavadushti. The Sthanika Chikitsa is mentioned, that is Kuryat Kalkan Pichus Chapi Pathyana Chamananicha. So here Kalka, Pichu, Achamana, Prakshalana and Pathyahara, that is the woman suffering from Vataja, Pitaja, Kafaja and Raktaja Artavadushti, after the use of Snehana, Swedana, the Kalka means the vaginal paste, and Pichu means the tampon soaked with the substances or kashayas capable of suppressing the vitiated doshas prescribed under the Yoni Roga should be given. Then Patyahara, that is a beneficial diet, and Achamana. Here Achamana, the meaning of Achamana is Yoni Prakshalanam. Achamana is Yoni Prakshalanodakam, means the washing of the vagina, that is a vaginal irrigation or the Yoni Prakshalana with the decoction of the drugs capable of suppressing Vata etc. dosha should be prescribed. And the question arises, why, even though he has mentioned Kunapa Gandhi Artavadushti as asadhya, then why the treatment is mentioned? So guy says that the Kunapa Gandhi Artavadushti caused by Rakta is considered as incurable, whereas this prescribed treatment is for Artavadushti due to Rakta having the musty smell. He says which is identical to that of the blood. So if it is caused by Rakta is asadhya, but if the smell is a sort of musty smell is there, then such Artavadushti can be treated, means it can be given to that Artavadushti we are having the Visragandha, but it is considered as incurable only, but it can give to the Artavadushti caused by Rakta having the musty smell to that of blood. For this treatment can be applied. Further, the next line Sushruta says that Shukra dosha haranam cha yatha svam avacharanam yoganam shuddhikaranam sheshavat artavartishu, that is in the menstrual disorders caused by, here the similar chikitsa is mentioned, in the menstrual disorders caused by Vata etc. the single dosha Ekadoshaja Artavadushti, oleation and sudation etc. That is a Snehana Swedana is to be given, prescribed for the disorders of Shukra, Rasayana and Vajikarana, and the drugs prescribed for the urinary disorders should be given. That is here Shukra dosha hara chikitsa can also be given for the Ekadoshaja Artavadushti, followed by the Rasayana and Vajikarana. Rasayana, that is the rejuvenating treatment or life promoting treatment, and Vajikarana is the aphrodisiac treatment. Then Mutra dosha pratisheda chikitsa, that is the diseases treatment which is given for the Mutra doshas can also be applied for the Artavadushti. And in the menstrual disorders caused by Vata etc. single dosha, specific treatment prescribed for suppressing that particular dosha should be used. Recipes prescribed for Yoni Rogas, Uttaravasti should also be used after giving due consideration to the vitiated doshas. That means a specific dosha hara chikitsa can also be given. Suppose if Vataja Artavadushti is there, so you can prescribe the general Vata hara treatment in that case if pittaja artava dushti is there. So pittaja artava dushti chikitsa can also be applied, and even you can also give the recipes which are mentioned in the yoni rogas, and even you can try with the uttaravasti. And Kashyapa, he says that Kashyapa's quotation is, yeah, रजस्वालायाः स्नाताय गर्भिण्यश्च पुष्पाध्यायुषु वेभ्यो अध्येभ्यो भेषजं विदध्यात् क्षीरं व जीवनोपसिद्धमिति परिषेद गर्भाशयसृचि विरेकः. So Kashyapa has given one nidana for this Artava Dushti. No, he said that if an asya is given into the menstruating woman, then it leads to the yoni shosha. So he mentions the treatment for that condition also. In the menstrual disorders due to the use of nasya by a menstruating woman, the recipes mentioned in the Pushpa Adhyaya or Yusha Adhyaya chapters, or else the medicated with the Jivaniya group of drugs, or the milk medicated with the Jivaniya group of drugs, that is the Jivaniya Sadhita Dugdha, should be prescribed. And he further says that Garbhashaya Sruji Virekaha means for all the secretions or discharges which comes from the Garbha, means in any conditions like excessive discharges will be there from Garbha. So in such conditions, Virechana is considered as bad. Vireka means Virechana. Virechana is to be advised. This is mentioned in Kashyapa Samhita Siddhisthana. This is mentioned by Kashyapa. So Purgation or the Virechana is considered as beneficial here. So this is about the principles of treatment or Chikitsa Siddhant of the Artava Dushti. So in our next class, we will read about the Vishishta Artava Dushti Chikitsa and the Samanya Chikitsa of the Artava Dushti and Patya. Okay, and try to by heart the important quotations. Thank you.